Welcome to the Spy-Fi Guys podcasts. We'll be your hosts. I'm Christian.
And I'm Zach.
On this podcast, we'll be covering spy fiction, spy fact, and everything in between.
So just that you can get a feel for our taste in spy movies, Christian, what would you say is your favorite spy movie? What got you into the whole spying thing?
Ooh, favorite spy movie. That's tough. I'm probably gonna go with a Bond movie just because I'm a huge James Bond fan. My favorite is probably Casino Royale. It's just really good. I love how they took, the classic Ian Fleming story and brought it into the modern day. And as for what got me into spies, it was the first Mission Impossible movie. It was my first PG-13 movie, and I saw it when I was about 11, and just seeing, the intrigue and the sort of, sleight of hand and trickery, just thought it was so awesome. What about you, Zach?
Well, I would say if I had to pick my favorite one, it would be Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, because that is what sort of got me back into spy fiction and spy fact. I have not yet seen the first three Mission Impossible movies. Maybe we'll cover them at some point.
Wait, what? How have we been
I know.
friends and you haven't seen the first three Mission Impossibles?
I heard they were sort of aggressively mediocre.
No. The first one is a classic. The second one, all right, it's more of an action movie than a spy movie. And the third one's actually pretty good. Well, if you like The Alias, it's more of the same because it's J.J. Abrams' first directorial.
So anyway, I was just blown away by the part where he climbs the Burj Khalifa, all of the gadgets, the fights. It was great. It was like a really solid movie. But I think what first got me into spy movies in general is that when I was a kid visiting grandparents for Christmas, Hanukkah, on Spike TV, they had the 007 Days of Christmas.
Yes.
And when we wanted to avoid the older relatives, which was pretty much all the time, sneak into the back room and just watch whatever James Bond movie was on. And that in turn led to us going to Blockbuster and watching every single James Bond movie except for License to Kill. And the reason for that is because the first 2 minutes has a guy getting eaten alive by a shark. And my parents were like, this one movie, this one James Bond movie is too intense, so you can't watch it.
I mean, it is pretty intense. Real? Okay, there's another one we're going to have to cover then.
So just for listeners at home, we are not doing James Bond movies in general on this podcast because there are other podcasts that do James Bond. They're probably going to do it better. We're going to do everything else.
And I mean, if we run out of material, we might start covering those. Actually, we'll probably, cover them if they come out, next year. And April is the next one that comes out?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So, but we're not going to go. There's not going to be our go-to first things that we do.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So what else do we have for this intro podcast?
All right. So for something fun, we're going to be doing something that I've seen referred to online as the Spies in Disguise Challenge. Now, Zach hasn't seen this trailer, and after about 50 seconds of watching the trailer, we're going to pause. He's going to guess what's going to happen next. And then he's going to watch the rest of it, and we can get his reaction. So I've seen it already, so it's not going to work on me, but we'll find out what Zach thinks.
Okay, so I'm going to pause after 50 seconds. That's the plan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I know about this movie is that Will Smith is the voice of this main character here in the Tux, and that his suit turns into a wingsuit. Okay, here we go.
I will say that this, kind of makes me think of, this would maybe be what an Idris Elba Bond looks like.
Maybe.
Pretty average spy tropes. All right, pause.
Hang on. Okay, so I am paused at 50 seconds.
What do you think's going to happen?
He's going to smack into something. The last thing was him in his flight suit, and he flies over the street, and I think he's going to hit something.
Do you think that's a twist in the trailer?
Well, okay. That's the best I can guess right now. I know it's going to be something totally out of left field, but yeah, I guess they wouldn't have written this whole article about it. And it does say whatever twist you're expecting, you're wrong. So it's like, why even guess at that point?
All right.
You
ready?
Here we go. Yep.
Go for it. Play.
Wait, do we have to watch the rest of this trailer?
No.
Okay. So he turns into a bird.
He turns into a bird. I mean,
I guess we're gonna. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Who are the writers for this thing? Because I just want to. Whose idea was this? All right, we take Will Smith, make him a spy, and then we make him a bird.
I guess it's whoever came up with Shark Tale, where Will Smith is a fish.
Yeah, but it's not like he turns from a human to a fish. He's just a fish the whole time. Well, actually, I have no idea. I've never seen Shark Tale.
No, I think you're correct based on the trailer. Well,
okay.
It was certainly different. So anyway, that's just a little tease of what our podcast is about. We hope you'll listen as full episodes are released. So here's your host, Zach.
And Christian.
Signing off.
Thank you for listening to the Spy-Fi Guys. If you enjoyed our podcast, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. The theme song from this podcast is Mistake the Getaway by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Films, books, and television shows reviewed by our podcast are the intellectual property of their respective copyright holders, and no infringement is intended.